welcome back to FOXSOUL's Black Report. A new ruling from a judge in Florida is protecting the health care of trans children.
Now, this ruling affects 3 of the 7 families who sued to block Florida's law banning gender-affirming care for minors. Doctors for those 3 transgender children told the judge the children all need to either begin or continue receiving puberty blockers immediately. Federal Judge Robert Hinkle's ruling allows that to happen.
Yeah, Hinkle also believes that the new law likely violates the Equal Protection Clause in the Constitution. An attorney representing the plaintiffs in this case believe even a narrow ruling like this can have broad implications. However, State Representative Ralph Mazzullo from Citrus County, who sponsored the version of this bill in the Florida House, says that the judge is just plain wrong.
So your thoughts to where, people will argue and push back and say they're just too young, even if they identify with something different. Just let them grow up a little bit, let them experience some things, and then maybe later on in life support like a full transition. But at this point, some people would say they're just too young. They're just children. It's just too much, too soon. Well, your thoughts on that?
Well, that was actually the exact argument that former Vice President Mike Pence made last night during the CNN town hall, where this issue came up. And Dana Bash from CNN sort of challenged him and said, well, wait a minute, you're also in favor of parental rights, right? And so what about the parents that are deciding, that they are okay, that they believe that this is the health care that their kids need to be their full, authentic self? And so, are you saying that those parents shouldn't have the right, along with the doctor, to make a decision in the best interest of their kid, which in this case meant, giving them puberty blockers? The former vice president, didn't really answer that question. But that is one of the big questions of our time. For folks that are about parental rights, when it comes to banning books, when it comes to, content in the curriculum, well, those same parents may have an opinion that is affirming their kid getting the trans health care that they need.
Yeah, I know Dwayne and Gabrielle caught a lot of flack, feeling as though, their daughter was too young for them to approve it in the way that they did. So they got a lot of pushback. So that's a real big back and forth kind of ping pong kind of argument. But here's what I want to circle back around to. Florida. We might as well just call this the FOXSOUL Black Report Florida edition, because
so many stories
coming out of Florida, and they're sad stories, they're tragic stories, they're unfortunate, whether it be political, whether it be social, something in regards to just racism and discrimination, the hate. It's just so unfortunate.
It is.
It really is.
It is. But you know what? It's holding up a mirror, and it's asking us as a nation, who do we want to be? Do we want to be more like Florida, or do we want to be something else? That is one of the major questions of our time.